Hi everybody, welcome to this video on the chapter of chemical equilibrium. The first question of this chapter is, the equilibrium constant Kc at 298 Kelvin for the reaction A plus B gives you C plus D is 100. Starting with an equimolar solution with concentration of A, B, C and D all equal to 1 molar, the equilibrium concentration of D is. स्टूडेंट्स इस क्वेश्चन को सॉल्व करने के लिए विल हैव टू यूज द कंसेप्ट इक्विलिब्रियम कांस्टेंट Kc इज इक्वल टू concentration of products divided by concentration of reactants at equilibrium. स्टूडेंट्स इन चारों कंपोनेंट्स का इनिशियल कॉन्सेंट्रेशन इज 1 मोलार. एट इक्विलिब्रियम रिएक्टेंट्स का कॉन्सेंट्रेशन हो जाएगा 1 माइनस एक्स एंड गाइस प्रोडक्ट्स का कॉन्सेंट्रेशन हो जाएगा 1 प्लस एक्स. उसके बाद हमें बस ये फॉर्मूला यूज करना है Kc इज इक्वल टू concentration of C into concentration of D divided by concentration of A into concentration of B. So this is the main concept of this question. Let's observe this in the solution in the next slide. Yes students, आप यहाँ observe कर सकते हो that the initial concentration of all four components is 1 molar. Now guys, at equilibrium, concentration of A and B will become 1 minus X and concentration of C and D will become 1 plus X. Guys, इसका लॉजिक बहुत सिंपल है. X moles of A reacts with X moles of B to form X moles of C and X moles of D. इसका मतलब स्टूडेंट्स C and D का concentration will increase by X and guys A and B का concentration will decrease by X. इसके बाद स्टूडेंट्स will use the concept equilibrium constant Kc is equal to concentration of products divided by concentration of reactants. इसीलिए गाइस इक्वेशन हो जाएगा Kc is equal to 1 plus x into 1 plus x divided by 1 minus x into 1 minus x. इसके बाद स्टूडेंट्स will substitute the value of Kc as 100 and after taking under root will obtain the equation as 1 plus x upon 1 minus x is equal to 10. Guys, on solving this we'll obtain the value of x as 9 by 11. Now guys, we know that the equilibrium concentration of D is 1 plus x. तो x की वैल्यू हम सब्स्टिट्यूट कर देंगे and through this we'll obtain the equilibrium concentration of D as 20 by 11. Guys, 20 by 11 को आप सिंप्लीफाई करोगे तो आपका फाइनल आंसर आ जाएगा 1.82 into 10 raised to minus 2 molar. So with this we have completed the first question. Let's move ahead to the next slide. Yes students, the second question of this chapter is value of Kp for the equilibrium reaction N2O4 gas gives you twice NO2 gas at 298 Kelvin is 47.9. What is the value of Kc for this reaction at the same temperature? Students, इस क्वेश्चन को सॉल्व करने के लिए we'll use the equation Kp is equal to Kc into RT raised to delta N. Guys, in this equation, delta N is change in number of moles of gas. So therefore, for this chemical reaction, delta N will be equal to 2 minus 1 which is equal to 1. Guys, हमें राइट साइड के गैस के जो मोल्स है उसमें से लेफ्ट साइड के गैस के मोल्स को सब्ट्रैक्ट करना होता है और हमारा फाइनल आंसर आ जाता है. So this is the main concept of this question. Let's observe this in the solution in the next slide. Yes students, आप यहाँ observe कर सकते हो that delta N will be equal to number of gaseous products minus number of gaseous reactants. So guys, in this question, there are 2 moles of gas on the right hand side and there is 1 mole of gas on the left hand side. Therefore, delta N will be equal to 2 minus 1 which is equal to 1. उसके बाद students will use the equation Kp is equal to Kc into RT raised to delta N. Guys, in this question, the value of Kp has been given as 47.9. R has been given as 0.083 liter bar per Kelvin per mole. And gas temperature has been given as 298 Kelvin. So after substituting all of these values, we'll obtain the value of Kc as 2.0038 which is approximately equal to 2. So with this we have completed this second question. Let's move ahead to the next slide. Yes students, the third question of this chapter is the gas phase reaction twice A gas gives you A2 gas at 400 Kelvin has delta G naught plus 25.2 kilojoule per mole. The equilibrium constant Kc for this reaction is. Students, इस क्वेश्चन को सॉल्व करने के लिए we'll first use the equation delta G naught is equal to minus RT log of K to the base E. Guys, in this equation, we'll take the value of K as Kp because this is a gas phase reaction. So guys, the equation becomes delta G naught is equal to minus RT log of Kp to the base E. Guys, इस equation को solve करके we'll find the value of Kp, and after finding the value of Kp, we'll again use the equation Kp is equal to Kc into RT raised to delta N. Guys, in this question, delta N will be equal to 1 minus 2, which is equal to minus 1. Guys, delta N होता है number of gaseous products minus number of gaseous reactants, and in this reaction, it will be equal to 1 minus 2, which is equal to minus 1. So this is the main concept of this question. Let's observe this in the solution in the next slide. Yes, students, we'll start this question by using the equation delta G naught is equal to minus RT log of Kp to the base E. Guys, in this equation, we are using the term Kp because this is a gas phase reaction. Now guys, after substituting all the values, we'll obtain the value of Kp as 5.01 into 10 raised to minus 4 per bar. Now guys, once we find the value of Kp, we'll use the equation Kp is equal to Kc into RT raised to delta N. Guys, जैसा मैंने आपको लास्ट स्लाइड में एक्सप्लेन किया था, फॉर दिस क्वेश्चन डेल्टा एन विल बी इक्वल टू 1 minus 2, which is equal to minus 1. Guys, in this chemical reaction, there is 1 mole of gas on the right hand side and there are 2 moles of gas on the left hand side. Therefore, delta N will be equal to 1 minus 2, which is equal to minus 1. Now guys, we'll substitute the value of Kp from above. We'll also substitute delta N as minus 1. And we'll take the value of R and T as 8.3 and 400 respectively. Guys, after putting all of these values, we'll obtain the value of Kc as 1.66 into 10 raised to minus 2 liter per mole. So guys, this is your final answer, and with this we have completed this question. Let's move ahead to the next slide. Yes students, the fourth question of this chapter is a homogeneous ideal gas reaction AB2 gives you A plus 2B is carried out in a 25-liter flask at 27 degrees Celsius. The initial amount of AB2 was 1 mole and the equilibrium pressure was 1.9 atmosphere. The value of Kp for this chemical reaction is. Students, ये बहुत ही beautiful question है, and इसको solve करने के लिए first we'll have to find out number of moles of each component at equilibrium. Guys, once we find number of moles of each component at equilibrium, we'll find partial pressure of each component by using these number of moles. Guys, once we find partial pressure, we'll use the formula of Kp as equal to pressure of products divided by pressure of reactants with their power as the coefficients in this chemical reaction. So guys, this is the main concept of this question. Let's observe this in the solution in the next slide. Yes students, आप यहाँ ऑब्जर्व कर सकते हो that the number of moles of AB2 initially present are 1 and the number of moles of A and B initially present are 0. Now guys, after some time interval when this reaction reaches equilibrium, number of moles of AB2 will reduce and they will become 1 minus X. And guys, at this instant, number of moles of A will become X and number of moles of B will become 2X. Guys, in this chemical reaction, the coefficient of B is 2. And इसीलिए at equilibrium number of moles of B have become 2x. इसके बाद students will calculate total number of moles at equilibrium, which will be equal to 1 minus x plus 2x. Guys, on solving this, we'll get total number of moles as 1 plus 2x. Guys, ये total number of moles निकालना इसीलिए ज़रूरी है ताकि हम partial pressure calculate कर सकें. Now guys, partial pressure of AB2 gas will be number of moles of AB2 gas at equilibrium divided by total number of moles into pressure P. इसीलिए आप यहाँ देख सकते हो that partial pressure of AB2 will be 1 minus x upon 1 plus 2x into P. Guys, similarly, partial pressure of A will be number of moles of A at equilibrium divided by total number of moles into pressure. तो guys, यहाँ पे partial pressure of A at equilibrium is x upon 1 plus 2x into P. And guys, similarly, partial pressure of B will be 2x upon 1 plus 2x into P. Guys, once we have found out all the partial pressure of the various components, we need to use the equation of Kp. Let's observe this in the next slide. Yes, students. Now we'll first find the value of X by using the ideal gas equation PV is equal to nRT. Guys, in this equation, N is total number of moles of gas which is equal to 1 plus 2x at equilibrium. So guys, the equation becomes PV is equal to 1 plus 2x into RT. Now guys, pressure at equilibrium has been given as 1.9 atmosphere, volume has been given as 25 liters and temperature has been given as 300 Kelvin. Apart from this, we'll take the value of R as 0.082 liter atmosphere per Kelvin per mole. So guys, after substituting all of these values, we'll get the equation as 1 plus 2x is equal to 1.93. Now guys, on solving this, we'll obtain the value of x as 0.465, and once we find the value of x, we'll write the equation for Kp. Guys, Kp is always equal to partial pressure of products divided by partial pressure of reactants with the power of pressure as the coefficient in the chemical reaction. So guys, for this question, Kp will be equal to partial pressure of A into partial pressure of B whole square divided by partial pressure of AB2. Guys, in our chemical reaction, the coefficient of B is 2 and therefore in the equation of Kp, it is partial pressure of B whole square. Now guys, we'll back substitute the formula of partial pressure of various components from the previous slide, and through this we'll obtain the equation as x upon 1 plus 2x into P into 2x upon 1 plus 2x into P whole square whole divided by 1 minus x upon 1 plus 2x into P. So this is the formula of Kp. Now guys, x is equal to 0.465 and pressure is 1.9 atmosphere. After substituting both of these values, we'll obtain the final answer of Kp as 73 into 10 raised to minus 2 atmosphere. So with this, we have completed this beautiful question. Let's move ahead to the next slide. Yes, students. The fifth question of this chapter is, the variation of equilibrium constant with temperature is given below. At temperature T1 equal to 25 degrees Celsius, equilibrium constant K1 is equal to 10. And at temperature T2 equal to 100 degrees Celsius, equilibrium constant K2 is equal to 100. Guys, we need to find the value of delta H naught, delta G naught at temperature T1 and delta G naught at temperature T2. Students, इस क्वेश्चन को सॉल्व करने के लिए we'll have to use the equation log of K2 upon K1 to the base 10 is equal to delta H naught divided by 2.303 R into inside the bracket 1 upon T1 minus 1 upon T2. Students, इस equation को use करके we can find the value of delta H naught, and guys उसके बाद we'll use the second equation delta G naught is equal to minus RT log of K to the base E. So guys, by using these two equations, we can easily solve this question. Let's observe this in the solution in the next slide. Yes students, आप यहाँ observe कर सकते हो variation of equilibrium constant K with temperature. This equation is log of K2 upon K1 to the base 10 is equal to delta H naught divided by 2.303 R into inside the bracket 1 upon T1 minus 1 upon T2. Guys, in this question, K2 is 100, K1 is 10, temperature T1 is 298 Kelvin and temperature T2 is 373 Kelvin. Guys, after substituting all the values, we'll obtain the value of delta H naught as 28.4 kilojoule per mole. Guys, once we find the value of delta H naught, now we can use the second equation, delta G naught is equal to minus RT log of K to the base E. Guys, अगर आप इसको log of K to the base 10 में कन्वर्ट करते हो तो इक्वेशन becomes delta G naught is equal to minus 2.303 RT log of K to the base 10. Now guys, again we'll substitute the values and we'll obtain the value of delta G naught at temperature T1 as minus 5.71 kilojoule per mole, and guys we'll obtain the value of delta G naught at temperature T2 as minus 14.29 kilojoule per mole. So guys, with this we have completed this question. Let's move ahead to the next slide. Yes students, the next question of this chapter is, the value of Kc is 64 at 800 Kelvin for the chemical reaction N2 plus thrice H2 gives you twice NH3. What is the value of Kc for the chemical reaction NH3 gives you half N2 plus 3/2 H2. सो गैस आप यहां ऑब्जर्व कर सकते हो कि जो ओरिजिनल केमिकल रिएक्शन है उसको रिवर्स किया गया है. एंड गैस वंस यू रिवर्स द केमिकल रिएक्शन आपको इक्विलिब्रियम कांस्टेंट का रेसिप्रोकल लेना होता है. सो गैस वंस यू रिवर्स द केमिकल रिएक्शन इक्विलिब्रियम कांस्टेंट विल बिकम 1/64. उसके बाद स्टूडेंट्स इक्विलिब्रियम रिएक्शन को रिवर्स करने के बाद उसको डिवाइड बाय 2 भी किया गया है. गैस वंस यू डिवाइड एनी रिएक्शन बाय 2 आपको इक्विलिब्रियम कांस्टेंट के पावर में हाफ लेना होगा, यानी कि आपको इक्विलिब्रियम कांस्टेंट का अंडर रूट लेना होगा. सो गैस यहां रिवर्स रिएक्शन का इक्विलिब्रियम कांस्टेंट वाज 1/64 एंड क्योंकि आपने उसको डिवाइड बाय 2 भी किया है तो हमें 1/64 का अंडर रूट लेना होगा एंड देयरफॉर आवर फाइनल आंसर विल बी 1/8. So this is the main crux of this question. Let's observe all of this in the solution in the next slide. Yes students, आप यहाँ observe कर सकते हो that for the original chemical reaction Kc will be equal to concentration of NH3 whole square divided by concentration of N2 into concentration of H2 whole cube. Guys, this value has been given as 64. इसके बाद स्टूडेंट्स वंस यू रिवर्स द केमिकल रिएक्शन इक्विलिब्रियम कांस्टेंट विल बिकम 1/Kc. गाइस मैंने आपको लास्ट स्लाइड में बताया था व्हेनेवर यू रिवर्स द केमिकल रिएक्शन आपको इक्विलिब्रियम कांस्टेंट का रेसिप्रोकल लेना होता है. ऑल्सो गाइस आफ्टर रिवर्सिंग द केमिकल रिएक्शन वी आर ऑल्सो गोइंग टू डिवाइड दिस रिएक्शन बाय 2. इसीलिए गाइस जो 1/Kc है इट इवेंचुअली बिकम्स 1/√Kc. So therefore guys the final answer will be 1/√64 which is equal to 1/8. So guys with this we have completed this question. Now let's move ahead to the next slide. Yes students, the seventh question of this chapter is for the following chemical reactions equilibrium constant are given by sulfur plus oxygen gives you SO2, equilibrium constant K1 is 10⁵52 and guys twice sulfur plus 3O2 gives you twice SO3. Equilibrium constant K2 is 10⁻129. What is the equilibrium constant for the chemical reaction twice SO2 plus O2 gives you twice SO3? Guys यहाँ last step में printing mistake है. It needs to be twice SO2 plus O2 gives you twice SO3. So guys in this question we need to use the first two chemical reactions to form the third chemical reaction. Guys इसको करना बहुत आसान है. Guys all we need to do is reverse the first chemical reaction, then multiply it by 2 and then add this reaction to the second reaction and from this we'll obtain reaction number 3. Guys जब आप first chemical reaction को reverse करोगे तो उसका equilibrium constant हो जाएगा 1/K1 and जब आप उसको reverse करके multiply by 2 करोगे तो equilibrium constant हो जाएगा 1/K1 square. उसके बाद students when we add this reaction to the second reaction the overall equilibrium constant will become 1/K1 square into K2. Guys whenever you add two chemical reactions उनका equilibrium constant multiply हो जाता है. Therefore guys यहाँ पे जो final chemical reaction हमें मिलेगा उसका equilibrium constant होगा 1/K1 square into K2. So this is the main concept of this question. Let's observe all of this in the solution in the next slide. Yes students, the original first chemical reaction is sulfur plus oxygen gives you SO2 and इसका equilibrium constant is K1. Now guys when I reverse this chemical reaction हमें equilibrium constant का reciprocal लेना होगा and therefore equilibrium constant becomes 1/K1. उसके बाद students when I multiply this reverse reaction by 2 equilibrium constant will become 1/K1 square. Guys whenever you multiply a chemical reaction by some number this same number goes into the power of equilibrium constant. इसीलिए स्टूडेंट्स जब आपने इक्विलिब्रियम रिएक्शन को रिवर्स करके मल्टीप्लाई बाय 2 किया तो इक्विलिब्रियम कांस्टेंट हो चुका है 1/K1 स्क्वायर. गाइस आप यहां देख सकते हो कि हमें न्यू केमिकल रिएक्शन मिला है ट्वाइस SO2 गिव्स यू ट्वाइस S plus 2O2 एंड इसका इक्विलिब्रियम कांस्टेंट है 1/K1 स्क्वायर. Now guys after this we'll add this new chemical reaction to the second chemical reaction given in the question and from this we'll obtain the third chemical reaction. Now guys whenever you add two different chemical reactions उनका equilibrium constant multiply हो जाता है. Therefore the equilibrium constant for this third chemical reaction K3 will be equal to 1/K1 square into K2. इसके बाद स्टूडेंट्स हमें बस K1 एंड K2 की वैल्यू सब्स्टिट्यूट करनी है और इससे हमें K3 का फाइनल आंसर आ जाएगा 10⁻25. So guys, in conclusion, whenever you add two different chemical reactions, उनका equilibrium constant multiply हो जाता है. So this is the main concept of this question. Now let's move ahead to the next slide. Yes students, the 8th question of this chapter is, when 5.1 grams of solid NH4HS is introduced into a 2-liter evacuated flask at 27 degrees Celsius, 20% of solid decomposes into gaseous ammonia and hydrogen sulfide. The Kp for this reaction at 27 degrees Celsius is. Students, इस क्वेश्चन को सॉल्व करने के लिए फर्स्ट विल हैव टू राइट द केमिकल रिएक्शन. NH4HS solid gives you NH3 gas plus H2S gas. Guys, using this chemical reaction, we can find number of moles of various components by assuming 20% dissociation of solid NH4HS. Guys, once we know the value of number of moles of various components at equilibrium, we can easily find concentration. Guys, concentration is equal to number of moles divided by volume. And students, once we know the concentration of every component at equilibrium, we can easily find the value of Kc by using the equation Kc is equal to concentration of products divided by concentration of reactants. Guys, once we have the value of Kc, we can find the value of Kp by using the equation Kp is equal to Kc into RT raised to delta N. So guys, in summary, first we'll have to find number of moles of various components at equilibrium. From this we'll end up finding concentration of various components at equilibrium. And guys, once we know concentration, we can find the value of Kc followed by value of Kp. So this is the main concept of this question. Let's observe this in the solution in the next slide. Yes students, आप यहाँ देख सकते हो that the chemical reaction is NH4HS solid gives you NH3 gas plus H2S gas. Guys, number of moles of NH4HS originally present are 0.1 and this can be found by using the equation number of moles equal to given mass upon molar mass. Guys, given mass of NH4HS is 5.1 grams and its molar mass is 51 grams. Therefore, number of moles originally present will be 5.1 upon 51, which is equal to 0.1. Now guys, once we know number of moles of NH4HS originally present, we can write number of moles of NH4HS at equilibrium as 0.1 into inside the bracket 1 minus alpha. Guys, यहाँ alpha है degree of dissociation and it has been given as 20%. Now students, because 20% of NH4HS is being dissociated, the number of moles of NH3 and H2S at equilibrium will be 0.1 into alpha. तो गैस आप यहाँ देख सकते हो that at equilibrium number of moles of NH4HS is 0.1 into inside the bracket 1 minus alpha and number of moles of NH3 and H2S both are 0.1 alpha. Guys, in this question alpha has been given as 20%, मतलब alpha की value हम लेंगे 0.2. So this is the main concept of this question. Now let's observe the calculation of Kc and Kp in the next slide. Yes students, आप यहाँ देख सकते हो that the equation for Kc is given by concentration of products divided by concentration of reactants. Therefore guys, Kc will be equal to concentration of NH3 into concentration of H2S divided by concentration of NH4HS. Guys, in this case, we'll take concentration of NH4HS as 1 because it is a solid. Guys, हम solids and liquids का concentration 1 लेते हैं. So after taking this value as 1, we'll obtain the equation as Kc is equal to concentration of NH3 into concentration of H2S. अब guys, concentration of NH3 find out करने के लिए हम यहाँ देख सकते हैं that number of moles of NH3 at equilibrium are 0.1 alpha. Therefore, concentration of NH3 at equilibrium will be 0.1 alpha divided by volume, which is 2 liters. Similarly, guys, concentration of H2S will also be 0.1 alpha divided by 2. So after substituting these two values of concentration, Kc will become equal to 0.1 alpha upon 2 into 0.1 alpha upon 2. अब guys, हम alpha की value substitute कर देंगे as 0.2 and through this we'll obtain the value of Kc as 10 raised to minus 4. Guys, once we find Kc, we'll use the equation Kp is equal to Kc into RT raised to delta n. Guys, in this question, the value of delta n will be equal to 2 minus 0, which is equal to 2. Guys, in our chemical reaction, there are 2 moles of gas on the right hand side and there are 0 moles of gas on the left hand side. Therefore, value of delta n will be equal to 2 minus 0, which is equal to 2. Now guys, after this, we'll take the value of R as 0.08 liter atmosphere per Kelvin per mole and we'll take temperature as 300 Kelvin. इसके अलावा Kc is 10 raised to minus 4 and delta n is equal to 2. By substituting all of these values, we'll obtain the value of Kp as 0.06, which is your final answer. So guys, with this, we have completed this nice question. Let's move ahead to the next slide. Yes, students. The last question for this video is, the exothermic formation of ClF3 is represented by the equation Cl2 plus 3F2 gives you twice ClF3. Delta H for this reaction is minus 329 kilojoules. Which of the following options will increase the quantity of ClF3 in the equilibrium mixture? So students, this is a classic question of Le Chatelier's principle and we are going to analyze all 4 options. So let's start with the first option. Yes, students, the first option is adding F2. Students, if we add F2 in this chemical reaction, we are increasing the concentration of reactant and therefore this reaction will proceed in the forward direction. इसका मतलब students, on adding F2, we will obtain more quantity of ClF3 and therefore option A is the correct answer for this question. Guys, according to Le Chatelier's principle, whenever we increase concentration of reactant, reaction will proceed in the forward direction and whenever we increase concentration of product, reaction will proceed in the backward direction. तो guys, इस concept को use करके हमने यहाँ पे ये conclude किया है that if we increase concentration of F2, then reaction will proceed in the forward direction and therefore we'll obtain more quantity of ClF3. So this is the analysis of the first option. Now let's look at the second option. Yes, students, the second option is increasing the volume of container. Guys, if we increase the volume of container, then the pressure of system will decrease and therefore reaction will proceed in a direction where the pressure of system will again increase. Guys, according to Le Chatelier's principle, whenever the pressure of a system decreases, reaction should proceed in a direction जहाँ पे प्रेशर फिर से बढ़ जाए. गाइस, अगर आप यहाँ केमिकल रिएक्शन देखोगे तो लेफ्ट हैंड साइड पे देर आर 4 मोल्स ऑफ गैस and on the right hand side there are 2 moles of gas. Therefore guys, to increase the pressure, this reaction will have to proceed in the backward direction as there are more number of moles of gas on the reactant side. तो इसका मतलब students, on increasing the volume of container, pressure will decrease and therefore to increase pressure, this reaction will proceed in the backward direction. So this is the analysis of the second option. Now let's look at the third option. Yes, students, the third option is removing Cl2. Students, if we remove Cl2 from this chemical reaction, we are reducing the concentration of reactant and therefore this reaction will proceed in the backward direction. Guys, according to Le Chatelier's principle, whenever you reduce concentration of reactants, reaction will proceed in the backward direction and whenever you reduce concentration of product, reaction will proceed in the forward direction. तो गैस, इस लॉजिक को यूज करके आप यहां समझ सकते हो दैट इफ यू रिड्यूस कॉन्सेंट्रेशन ऑफ Cl2, देन रिएक्शन विल प्रोसीड इन अ डायरेक्शन वेयर द कॉन्सेंट्रेशन ऑफ Cl2 विल अगेन इंक्रीज. इसका मतलब स्टूडेंट्स, ऑन रिमूविंग Cl2, रिएक्शन विल प्रोसीड इन द बैकवर्ड डायरेक्शन. So this is the analysis of the third option. Let's look at the final option. Yes, students, the final option is increasing the temperature. Guys, this reaction is an exothermic reaction because the value of delta H is equal to minus 329 kilojoules. Guys, in an exothermic reaction, heat is considered as a product. And guys, if we increase the temperature, it is like increasing the product. And we know that whenever we increase the product, reaction proceeds in the backward direction. So guys, in this case, when we increase the temperature, this reaction will proceed in the backward direction because it is an exothermic reaction. Guys, according to Le Chatelier's principle, if you have an endothermic reaction, then heat is considered as reactant, and if you have an exothermic reaction, then heat is considered as product. Now guys, if you increase the temperature, you will either increase the reactant or product depending on whether the reaction is endothermic or exothermic. तो आपको ये ध्यान में रखना है कि अगर एक्सोथर्मिक रिएक्शन है और अगर आप टेम्परेचर बढ़ाते हो तो इसका मतलब आप प्रोडक्ट को इंक्रीज कर रहे हो. Therefore, students, reaction will proceed in the backward direction. So guys, in conclusion, in option B, C and D, reaction will proceed in the backward direction, and in option A, reaction will proceed in the forward direction. So guys, with this we have completed this question, and I hope you had a lot of fun watching this video. Till then, stay happy and keep smiling. I will see you in the next video.